Yoga is a process of self-inquiry. And through the asana practice, we know a little bit more about ourselves, our body and mind. But also outside of the mat, we also can start with journaling or asking ourselves some questions to go through this self-inquiry process and know ourselves better. And then from there, we can grow. The last 2 weeks, I've been sharing with you some power questions, inquiring about our physical health, how we're doing in terms of our health, our well-being, how we're eating, and also we have been sharing some questions on our emotional state, like how we're doing, are we feeling burnout, and also some aspects on our personal growth. So today we're going to take a step further. Instead of ourselves, we're going to look into relationships, and the first one would be our intimate relationship with our husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriends, and yes. So I've been married to my husband for a long time. We have 2 kids, and we know each other for 20 years. And I think one of the most important things to maintain a relationship is really just having very honest conversations. And to have a great conversations between ourselves, you've got to have the questions for yourself too. So now I would like to give you a couple questions, and I'll share mine with you. So what are the things that you most appreciate about your partner? My husband has been great. He is very smart, and I'm just an entrepreneur, and he has been an entrepreneur for many years. So he really is super helpful in terms of giving me all these business ideas and also giving me advices. He's also my tech support, and I'm really not good at gadgets. So all the mics and what mic to use, what speaker to use, and all these stuff is basically him, all my gadgets, right? So he is awesome. He's also really thoughtful and loving. I come from a very conservative family, and I'm not very open in terms of expressing my love, saying like I love you and things like that before I met him. But now it's very easy for me, and he is always very expressive and give me hugs and kisses, and those are the little things I really appreciate. Question 2: do you communicate with your partner consciously? As a wife, right, and also a mother, I realized that I have become a little bit too logical, meaning that I always talk about schools, logistics, and things like that. Wake up in the morning, hi, good morning, how's your day look like? Can I get your schedule? This is my schedule. Also, a lot of times when we also would open conversations with just things that we need to do instead of in a more loving kindness way. So I would like to explore into changing the tone and starting the day with asking him how he is, and not talk about logistics and kids and schools, money and all the stuff all the time, and then have more interesting conversations, maybe about music, about movies, about news, whatever that is. How can you bring more love into your relationship? I think we all are in a different state of a relationship. Maybe you have a newer one, and maybe you have, like me, you're already married for many years and have kids. And I think to maintain a relationship is to really just keep things fresh, and also to bring some new things, right, into life. So for example, recently my husband and I are cooking again, so we would cook together and find out new recipes. We also make sure that we have a date night, and so we can get away from the kids. Sorry, but we do need our personal time together. And in that particular date, we would not have our phones or gadgets, like all work is out of the way, and then basically we just talk about stuff. I also like to sometimes communicate not through talking. So I write him little notes, because I think a lot of times we just talk so much towards each other, and we can be on each other's nerves, especially under the circumstances that now there's no boundaries. So instead of telling him something, I actually write a note so I don't have to confront directly. How can you be more open-minded and accepting of your partner? This is getting harder with now there are no boundaries. My husband used to travel 2/3 of the year. Now I've been seeing him every day for the last 2 years. And then we have no space and no boundaries sometimes, and we have to be more open-minded and accepting and knowing that we are actually different, right? So our habits are different, our pet peeves are different. I would recommend you to read The Four Tendencies of Gretchen Rubin and to know what is your tendencies and also your partners. And it really has been helping me tremendously on not getting irritated about some of his actions that I just don't quite understand. And after reading the book, our relationship has been gotten a lot better. I wish he would read that too, but knowing that he's a rebel, he won't read it. Okay. When do you have the most fun together, and how can you have more fun, right? So again, I think for me, being married for so many years, sometimes we just fall into habits and stop having fun, right? So again, recently we've been trying to cook together, and it's really fun for us. And also, I don't know, like I would surprise him from time to time, and with small things or with small gestures, giving him a nice massage, right? So think about small things that you can do and have a little bit more fun together. And are you fulfilling your partner's needs, or are they fulfilling yours? I think a lot of times we have to not exactly like fulfilling the needs of the other person, like doing what they want, right? But a lot of times I think we also by default not trying hard enough, in our relationships, right? My husband, I know he need things to be neat, right? But I'm a pretty messy person, right? So but I know that it bothers him if I don't put things away properly. So I respect him, and also if he needs to take a nap, he would lock the door sometime, and it bothers me. But I understand that he just basically really needs the space and doesn't want to be disturbed and really need the sleep because he has all these night calls, right? So consider all these questions and reflect on them. Oh, by the way, get a date. Out, date night.